Good morning students. Today we are going to learn Science and Technology of Standard 10 Part 1st. So see here students, we are going to see the first chapter, that is gravitation. In that gravitation we are going to learn the topics gravitation, circular motion and centripetal force, Kepler's law, Newton's universal law of gravitation, acceleration due to the gravitational force of the earth, free fall and escape velocity. These are the topics covered under the gravitation. Now see here when the lesson starts, there are some questions that we have to recall from our first standards, 8th, 7th, like that. So what is the question? What are the effects of a force acting on an object? What type of forces are you familiar with? What do you know about the gravitational force? So these are the questions that we have to get the answers from the previous classes. So we have seen in previous standards that the gravitational force is a universal force and it acts not only between two objects on the earth but also between any two objects in the universe. So see here given information about gravitational force. So here given the gravitational force is a universal force. It is acting upon every object on the earth, every two objects, and also it is acting in the universe. So let us learn how this force was discovered. So we have to learn here how this force was discovered. So see here is one first question is, what are the effects of a force acting on an object? If the force is acting on an object, it changes its place and takes place displacement. Now what's there? What types of force are you familiar with? So in the previous standard we have learned many types of forces like frictional force, gravitational force, mechanical force, etc., electrical force, chemical force. These are the forces. Now about the gravitational force we have got here some information in these 2-3 lines. So let us go to our topic. So what is given here? Gravitation. As we have learned, the phenomenon of gravitation was discovered by Sir Isaac Newton. As the story goes, he discovered the force by seeing an apple fall from a tree on the ground. So here given that the gravitational force was discovered by Sir Isaac Newton when he was a child, and when he think that when he seeing an apple fall from a tree on the ground. So he wondered why all apples fall vertically downwards and not at an angle to the vertical. Why do they not fly off in horizontal direction? So he has got some questions in mind. Apple is falling only vertically downwards. Why it is not going up? So after much thought, he came to the conclusion that the earth must be attracting the apple towards itself, and these attractive force must be directed towards the center of the earth. So after some thoughts, he concluded that the earth must be attracting the apple toward itself, and this attractive force must be directed towards the center of the earth. The direction from the apple on the tree to the center of the earth is the vertical direction at the position of the apple, and thus the apple fall vertically downward. So direction from the apple on the tree to the center of the earth is the vertical direction at the position of the apple, and thus the apple fall vertically downward. So see here given one figure. In that we can understand more about this lesson, gravitational force. So see here, So figure 1.1 on the left shows an apple tree on the earth. So here is apple tree on the earth. Okay, the force of an apple on the tree is towards the center of the earth. So the force of an apple is acting towards the center of the earth, that is along the perpendicular from the position of the apple to the surface of the earth. The figure also shows the gravitational force between the earth and the moon. The distance in the figure are not according to the scale. These are not according to the scale. It is just shown nearby. This is not according to the scale. So this apple tree is on the earth, and there is shown center of the earth, and the apple is getting attracted towards the center of the earth, and it is parallel to the earth. And there also shown moon is moving around the earth, and it is also holded by the gravitational force of earth. So these figures are not according to scale, as the earth is shown like this, and the apple trees also size are not according to the scale. Now Newton thought that if the force of gravitation acts on apples on the tree at different height from the surface of the earth, can it also act on objects at even greater heights much farther away from the earth, like for example the moon? Can it act on even further object like the other planets and the sun? So Newton thought, if it is the force of gravitation is applying on the apple, which is very near to the surface of the earth, is it acting on the moon also, and also the sun and other planets in the solar system? That is his thought. So in this figure it is shown there concept of the gravitational force and the gravitational force between the earth and the moon. So see here, so the gravitational force is acting in two objects like earth and moon also, sun and earth also, means gravitational force is all over the universe. So up to here we have discussed the gravitation, how it acts on the objects like moon, sun and on the apple. So the next topic is force and motion. What is the next topic? Force and motion. So see here, we have seen gravitation of the earth. Now you know that the force is required to change the speed and direction of an object. Now here given introduction of a scientist, that is Sir Isaac Newton. So see here, the Newton give us laws of motion. So see here, what is there? Great scientist Sir Isaac Newton. He born on 1642 and his demise is on 1727. So was one of the greatest scientists of recent times. He was born in England. He gave his laws of motion, equations of motion and theory of gravity in his book Principia. Before this book was written, Kepler had given 3 laws describing planetary motions. However, the reason why planets move in the way described by Kepler's law was not known. Newton, with his theory of gravity, mathematically derived Kepler's law. So, here given, the Newton gives us laws of motion also, equation of motion and theory of gravity. And the book of written is Principia. Before that, the Kepler, one scientist is there. He gives us laws to describe planetary motion, but we don't know which law is there in this book. The Kepler's, the reason why planets move in this way described by Kepler's law was not known. So Newton, with his theory of gravity, mathematically derived Kepler's law. In addition to this, Newton did groundbreaking work in several areas, including light, heat, sound, and mathematics. So Newton is not only related to the motion or force, it's also give us light, heat, and sound, and mathematics is also included. His work is also in light, heat, sound, and mathematics. He invented a new branch of mathematics. This is called calculus and has wide ranging applications in physics and mathematics. He was the first scientist to construct a reflecting telescope.